Hey, welcome back. It's Laura again at Hyperstamper. And yes, as you can see, I still have some laryngitis, but I feel pretty good. And I'm especially happy because I just finished this gorgeous, one of my favorite ever junk journals. This book is from 1897 and it is so pretty. You can see the little flicks of gold linings around the flowers and her hair, and the lettering up here, fairest flowers. And it is intact, and even the back cover is absolutely adorable. Look at that. These are really beautiful images of the good old days gone by. I wanted to leave the cover pretty much on its own because it was just perfect. So I didn't want to cover it with fabric or crochet or anything. But I did match some ribbons to the colors inside the journal and just a bit of trim on the inside. You can pull that off quite easily if you want to. And just a reminder before I put it in my Etsy shop that, sorry, that there are no tariffs on this product, luckily, and orders are going out very quickly by courier. So you can see this in my other journals at hyperstamper.etsy.com. My goodness, I sound ridiculous. Okay, so here we go. It's really beautiful, and I absolutely stuffed this one. Like, I mean, stuffed it with so many beautiful things. So here we go. This is the original first page of the book, Fairest Flower. And this is a 1932 Paris, France almanac full plate. And there weren't many in each of the books, but this one, I just love it. It's exquisite, and it had to be in this very special book. This is a 1904 English garden plate here. And then the rest of it's on the other side, from the flip side. Beautiful forest scene almost there. A little 1940s children's book page here. And this I made from a 1930 page. And it's got some tags here made out of a book cover. And then this is just a really great little journaling card that I made with a 1927 catalog page. And then I cut these out of that same catalog, fussy cut them. I just thought they were really fun. So lots going on here. And this is a 1950s page from school architecture. This is an original page from this book, Giving Doggies a Drink. So sweet. And this here is a beautiful, I wanted to do as many Victorian things in here as I could because it is a Victorian book, authentic. And this here is a Victorian cabinet card photograph from the 1880s. And I love this page down here from the 1930s. And this is not a postcard. This is an envelope from 1942, so during the war, sent from Chicago. And I put in a vintage postcard here from the 50s, and then a 1930s postcard from the Paris, France almanac, sort of to go with that first plate. And you can reuse that envelope. Look how beautiful that is. I just love it so much. So here we go. Just about every single page is going to have a surprise on it. There's another original page from this book. That's a Shetland pony there. And then I've got this great 1927 catalog page again. And I just think it's wonderful. It's got all these beautiful fabrics. And look at this side. Wow, look at that. And 2 more years, you can digitize that. It'll be 100 years old. Let me just put that in there. That's a 1935 children's book page. And then this here is a little greeting card from the 40s that never got used. So that's how I received it. Sorry you're sick. Kids are pretty happy. This is an antique book page with botanicals in it. I just love it. And then this is a 51 yearbook page. And we've got these great couples here and how they were coupled. And then it looks like the drama club here doing a play. And that is an 1850s Hogarth etching on steel. And this is very, very cool. This is from the 1800s as well, another Victorian stereoscope. And that one is Clear Creek Cannon, Colorado. That's pretty cool. It's beautiful. it's hard to get colored ones, so that's a very special one. This is from a vintage Mammals of America book from the 50s. And then this is a plate from the early 1900s that you can journal on the back of. And this is a vintage Sewing Notions card here, 39 cents. I love that. And this is a very old plate from Birds of America book here, early 1900s, even though it's on glossy, and it's just exquisite. I just love it. Oh, this is really fun. This is from a bingo game, and this would have been when they called out the numbers, they would have placed a little marker on here so they knew all the numbers that had been called. So you can have a lot of fun with that one. And another 1850s school architecture page. I love this one. It's about the playground, how they would have designed a playground. There's more of that English garden book. This is early 1900s here. And then this is a vintage how to watercolor page. And I just really love the images on there. And you can do a lot of fun if you do collages and things. Oh my God, just call me squeaky. This is just a really fun collage, and I've got some of my hand-pressed flowers there. Another squirrel here from the 40s, 1937 page here, and this is from the early 1900s. There's the king and the queen and little Tom Thumb in her hand. And this is a vintage page out of a card collector's book that you would have purchased to put your little cards in that you've collected from tea boxes. This is another page from this book, and I love this vintage crossed needlework magazine page. Look at that wonderful lady there from the 40s. And then I love that the deers there. This is just a little envelope that you can put a little surprise in. It's a vintage song sheet. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness. And there's another 1930s card, antique paper on the back, early 1900s here. And this is a whole bunch of pockets. So it's just stuffed with little greeting cards from the 40s. I've got a 1940s theater arts advertisement. This is an 1899 newspaper page that I put on top of paper because it was crumbly, but it's just really fun. Stuffed to death. This is a 100-year-old A.A. Milne page. You'll see Christopher Robin over here. And then that's 1800s. There's a flinch card. And this fell out of a book, but it is a vintage card. And this is a 1904 Currier and Ives plate. We've got Niagara Falls on one side, and then this great American forest plate on the other side. And those are authentically original. Does that make sense? And this is from 1905. Is that beautiful? And again, you can journal on the back of that. Fun cluster page down here. And this is hilarious. I just love this. This is from the 1930s. Heinz tomato soup. Look at that little guy, little tomato man. It cracks me up. And this is early 1900s again. Look at that beautiful image there. This is a vintage nature book page. Another Christopher Robin's page here. That is from the 50s. On the cover of a doily book. And this is a vintage dictionary page. And it has the little tab there for the letter J, which I just love. And then look at all these great images here in this dictionary. And this is stunning. This is from 1956, the Illustrated London News. My son, I had about 10 of these, and my son actually framed one. It's beautiful under glass. You could iron this out and put it under glass. It's just stunning. Really cool graphics on there. And then over here I've got a 1940s Theater Arts magazine. Antique Merchant of Venice page, and there we go. There's our Fun with Dick and Jane page here, which is fabulous. We all love Fun with Dick and Jane. Here's an antique Metropolitan art opera from the Opera Carmen, and so tons of journaling space here. You could do a collage here, and then this quad pocket here is awesome. This came from a 1930s honeymoon scrapbook. So this is a postcard here, the Red Inn. And yeah, just to really put a little photograph here. It's just done with great love. And then that is from an antique magazine that was just completely destroyed, but I was able to save that piece of it. And this is from 1959, little children's sticker book page, just fun. 1955 stamp collector's book page. And this has actually got some value. You can look this up. It's the little dinosaur book. It is in German, but the graphics are awesome. Just awesome. And this is quintessential 100-year-old page from Alice in Wonderland. Her looking up at the Cheshire Cat. You can't get any better than that one, right? And there's Dick and Jane, or Dick and Sally there, and Dick and Jane, and Mom and Dad. Vintage pattern page, and that brings us to the end. So it's awfully special. I hope you love it as much as me. Please subscribe and visit my Etsy page and send me an email. And thanks for putting up with my voice. Bye for now.